Last time on Astro's Playroom.
That's like the third one.
The third Jack.
Yeah, the third Jack. The one thing that kind of like is tough on it is like the eggs or whatever they were. I think they're eggs, but that you had to like collect in the second one. They decided to make like 5,000 of them.
Oh gosh.
Like,
is that an exaggeration or are you serious?
no, it's a little exaggerated, but it just
A little.
like,
So about 4,500 then.
yeah, well, it's about 4,000.
But yeah, when it comes to like playing a Zelda game or an adventure game or something like that, you really want to figure out the strategies on your own.
Oh gosh.
Alright, welcome back everyone to part 3 of Astro's Playroom. That was close. I was looking on the Elgato screen whenever that happened.
Had it all under control. That's how you speedrun right there.
I take it you're talking about you nearly crap your pants whenever you're about or going to do some speedrunning.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked a whole lot about this game, which is, I guess, kind of strange in a way because, like I speedrun the game, so you think I would have a lot to say about it. But one thing I will definitely say I really enjoyed about this game is, for someone who really grew up into the Nintendo 64 era, this game just kind of has that same feel and charm to it. It's not just overly complex, but it's just really fun. Like, I really enjoyed this game when I first played it, and I knew I was going to be playing it a little longer, but I never knew that, I would start getting into speedrunning it because I was speedrunning Mega Man Zero at this time. I was speedrunning Mega Man Zero for about 3 months, I think. Somewhere around there. Which I have still yet to get a sub 35 on that game. I need to get back on that. But yeah, like I say, this game definitely has more of that Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1 charm to it that I really enjoyed, which is what me and Darzark, grew up playing. We had the option between Nintendo 64 or PlayStation 1, and we wanted a Nintendo 64.
Well, and Dad was a big Nintendo guy, so we was gonna get it anyway.
Yeah, I say even if we said person. Yeah, which PlayStation was new at that time, anyways, and no one really knew much about it then. I remember our cousin had a PlayStation 1, and we go to his house and play it. I will say it was fun, but I will definitely say that I have no regrets that we played or we got a Nintendo 64 instead. Like, that game that system has so many good games on it. But man, I'm just trying to think. Like, of course we played both the Zeldas. We talked about we played Mario Golf, but that was just to name a few. We also played Donkey Kong 64, which
that one was classic.
Oh, that one was incredible. That was so fun. Cause
it was the first one I probably, I enjoyed that one, but I grew up on Donkey Kong Country, so.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to get to. We grew up playing Donkey Kong Country, and so we already loved Donkey Kong in that sense. But once we got to play Donkey Kong 64, the only thing I will say I missed on Donkey Kong 64 when we first played it was that they put in Tiny Kong instead of Dixie Kong. Which was the girl monkey from Donkey Kong Country 2. And I will say that one interesting fact is that Dixie Kong was actually supposed to be in Donkey Kong 64. I don't remember the reason why, but they decided to make a change and put in, I think it was her niece. It's either her niece or her little sister or something like that. I can't remember who Tiny Kong is to Dixie Kong, but I do remember that she is related to her somehow.
Dixie Kong young.
Well, I mean, you know, there's people today who are born uncles and aunts.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, I mean, it very well could be possible, but I just can't remember.
No, now with the PlayStation 1, I loved going over there and playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yes. Yes, that game was so fun. Because I think at the time we was playing it over there, they only had released the first one.
He had a lot of good games. I'd go over there and play that. Of course, you weren't a big sports person. He had like a lot of the good football games at the time on PlayStation 1. And then he had Medieval.
Yeah, Medieval was tons of fun. Yeah, this is the network speedrun stages.
Oh. I don't need to be there then.
I mean, unless you want to. But yeah, Medieval. I forgot about that. No, I just recently played the remaster of it.
Oh yeah, I played on that thing. I loved it. So.
Oh, I did too.
I didn't realize how hard the original was until I played the PlayStation 1 one. Oh.
Yeah, because
those controls were brutal. I was like,
yeah, the controls.
Yeah,
the controls were not very good at all on the first Medieval. Because you know, when I played a remaster, I was like, oh my gosh, this game is so fun. I remember how fun this was, and you know, after you 100% the game, you can actually play the original Medieval or Medieval. I keep saying Medieval, but it's Medieval.
Oh, I thought it was Medieval.
It's I'm pretty sure it's Medieval, but I don't know, it may be Medieval. Oh man, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at the name because I think it's spelled differently. But yeah, anyways, you know, played the original. You couldn't move the camera.
Yeah, I know. Like whenever I was like, oh, I'll play the old one just to kind of go back to memory lane and stuff. And I ended up getting angry. I was playing it and stuff. I was like, I hate that. Yeah. I was like, it was making me hate the original. I was like, this sucks so much. I was like, why did I like this? I'm so stupid.
Yeah, there was two things that on the original I couldn't believe that I couldn't remember it because you know it was so notably more difficult because of the way it was made. Like I said, one it being that you couldn't move the camera, so that was really difficult. You there was some other way you had to do it. I don't remember what it was, but it just was not very good. The other thing, the original game was really dark. You could not see very far ahead of you in the original Medieval, and that made it harder all on its own.
Yeah, because normally I can turn back on the 64 game and all that. I'm like, oh, this is still so fun and all that. Yeah. I was absolutely hating that. I was like, God dang it, this game's hard. I was like, this is so dumb. I was like, what? What were they thinking? Did you have to like remember? Like, well, they were in early stages, but then But then you start thinking, you're like, well, wait a minute, 64 had it down.
Yeah, like 3D games were new around that time. You know, everyone was still trying to get used to it.
At least 64, you could turn the camera.
Yeah, they had a way for it. Like, you know, just for example, even in Zelda Ocarina of Time, you know, you had Z targeting, so it always put the camera directly behind you. And Mario 64, there was another way. Oh, the C buttons. That's what it was. You use the C buttons to turn the camera. Do these controls feel a little better than the last two?
It's still weird.
Yeah, the Froxy was here recently. I just got the world record on the hopping stage for the network speedrun.
Well, just pat yourself on the back on it.
Oh, I will. Thank you for pointing that out. But yeah,
you're welcome.
But yeah, I will say I do like the frog suit, and you're gonna have another suit coming up that I really enjoy as well.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. In case we didn't know, there's another world that has a suit, but I do enjoy that one. But the I mean, I kind of like the monkey. The only reason I like the monkey is that you can actually really go like as fast as you want. But
Oh.
But yeah, I don't like the rolling at all. I do not like the ball.
I'm not a big fan of the monkey so far.
Yeah, it's like I said, the way they teach you to do it in this game, to me, it's not right. It shouldn't have been done that way, because the way they make you do it, it feels really awkward. Oh, by the way, you were talking about Metal Gear Solid earlier. Check behind you.
Oh. The box.
Yeah. I still remember whenever we first played that game. That was like the most notable thing I remembered was hiding in the boxes.
I did, yeah, an exclamation point.
Yeah,
you get caught.
Yeah, you just have. What's really fun is whenever you just hide in a box out in the middle of the floor, and they're just like, "Huh, it must have been the wind," or like something like that. But yeah, they've
now you have no home.
They've made so many Metal Gear Solids. Like, if I remember right, I think it was supposed to end on the third game, but Konami, if I remember this, I'm pretty sure it was Konami, but they just like kept making the director keep making Metal Gear Solids, and he just was not enjoying it at all.
Yeah, those were like really good games. You know, and I've said it many times. PlayStation 2. I love those games because they had so good stories. Like the stories were so good, and I love my grammar there. So good stories.
So good story.
Yeah, so good stories.
Much wow.
But yeah, they were so good that I can't even talk about them.
Yeah, I will say on PlayStation 2, which is really interesting because we talk about how huge Nintendo fans we were. Back when the GameCube and PlayStation 2 were coming out, we actually picked up a PlayStation 2 before we got a GameCube. Because honestly, I remember kind of looking at the GameCube and games they were making. They just didn't seem as interesting. I remember looking at Zelda Wind Waker and thinking, wow, that looks really weird.
Yeah, I was not happy when Wind Waker first came out.
Yeah, the change of style just...
I thought they ruined Zelda.
I do too. But
Wind Waker turned out to be good.
Yeah, Wind Waker was actually really good. It was really fun. And then like the art style actually eventually grew on me. And I was like, I actually kind of enjoy this.
I prefer I was super happy when Twilight Princess came out.
Yeah, so like I always prefer more of that style of Zelda, a little more like realistic style, I guess to say. I mean, obviously it's a fantasy game, and I don't want it to get too realistic, but I wasn't a fan of the more cartoonish side that Wind Waker took at that time. But yeah, Twilight Princess, we played the crap out of that game. I realize we've kind of made full circle here because we talked about Twilight Princess like at the beginning of our playthrough.
Yeah, because on PlayStation 2, to this day I still love Duelist of the Roses, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes,
that was an amazing game that we played way too much. But
we played that so much trying to collect all the cards.
Still wasn't even close.
No, we got close. We
were like in the 80s. He's like only like 80%, I think. So many.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I would say a little more than 80, but I remember we definitely had more than 700 cards, and there was 900 in the game, I think. I mean, there was a lot. That would definitely be one game that I would not have a problem going back and playing again.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's not remastered or anything.
Yeah, and I honestly don't think they'll ever remaster it. I don't think that game was really popular enough that people would want it remastered. But I definitely will say that, man, that game was so fun.
Oh, this is fun.
Are you liking the hopping suit a little more now?
I like breaking through stuff. You know me, I mean, we play Final Fantasy, I'm a tank.
Yeah, you like destruction. You like being in the face of destruction.
I like getting in there.
Yeah, which here recently, people in the ASTROS Playroom speedrunning Discord, they found out how many hours I put into Final Fantasy 14. Because I don't remember what I was taking a picture of. I think I was taking a picture of like my playtime ASTROS Playroom because some of them were curious. But yeah, and below it showed I had Final Fantasy 14, and it showed like I had over 7,000 hours put into Final Fantasy 14. And they were like, why? Some of them were like, I haven't even played that many games in my life, or many hours of games in my life. But whenever you have a game that like is for the community, is for the fans, and they just constantly do updates to it, I mean, it's so fun because you feel like you always have something to do. And then plus, you know, I talk about, you know, we don't look up we don't try to look up answers or anything like that. That kind of goes the same thing for that game because there's Savage Raiding, which is the most hardcore content you can do. Well, besides Ultimate Raiding, that's like the next thing, but, you know, you usually have to have a full group with that, which we don't. But yeah, the Savage Raiding is definitely so fun and so gratifying to go through that stuff that, you know, you've been trying to beat this boss for a while, but then you eventually do.
Yep, and we'll be playing Endwalker with a couple of our friends.
Yes, I'm so excited for that. Which was really strange because I thought one of them was going to finish Shadowbringers, but he never did. Mm-hmm. Actually, he didn't even finish Stormblood. He's like at the very end of it.
He's in post-game.
Yeah, he's at the very end of post-game. But, yeah, so one of our other friends finished it, and we have one right now, and she is committing to finish it because she wants to play Endwalker with us, which would be perfect because that would give us just the right amount of people. Yeah, that would give us the right amount of people to go through the dungeons. We would still have to search for, like, doing the trials and boss fights, but for the dungeons, we definitely would have a full group.
Yeah, and it's pretty well known that I'm the tank, he's the healer.
Yeah.
And it works. All of our friends are DPS.
I mean, yeah, all they had to do is kill stuff and kill it fast.
Even our sister's a DPS. So they got that locked down.
Alright, so we are going to end this episode here. We have one more world to go. So we will see you next time. And with that, take care. Bye.